Okay, so this is a game that I just keep returning to on the basis of trying to understand it. The Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League seems to be having probably the most mixed review that I have seen in such a long time. Now, we have so many people that are enjoying the game as far as the previews that they had in the alpha, and the reviews for it on the alpha reviews, so the previews to it, have been extremely mixed, although the main push on things on social media outside of just big content creators is that the ratio to this is pretty outweighed. It's actually looking on a positive scale, and that may be because fans of the DC universe and stuff like that may have been the people that were going in for the alpha primarily, which is why it's an outweigh and it doesn't translate too well for launch. But today we're going to be taking a look at a few things with regards to the main previews of what we could experience, and they're already talking about teases for the Joker's return. So with that being said, if you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. On top of that, check out our sponsor for today's video, Advanced GG, #1 clinically proven energy supplement on the market. My favorite flavor is cherry vanilla, although you can catch an array of flavors via the link in the description, and utilizing code CLOUD at checkout will get you a cheeky discount. So with that being said, let's take a look at Suicide Squad again. So right here we have an article from Forbes that says, here are some Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League alpha reviews post NDA. Now we're getting really close to the launch of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, because I think that the closer we get to the launch of this, the more unsure people are on whether this is going to be good or not. But again, the split is pretty crazy. He goes on to state that the saga of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League continues to be a wild one. As I detailed yesterday, the marketing decisions that have gone into the game have been somewhat baffling, content of the game itself aside. Now, Warner Bros. And Rocksteady have done something that is extremely rare, and they lifted the NDA on a closed alpha test a month ago, so players can now talk about their time with the game. This comes after a previewed embargo lifted for the game, where journalists and creators were flown out to LA for a test of the game, but technical issues knocked down playtime to just a few hours, and there were little time to answer many of the lingering questions about the game as a result, and the disjointed playtime combined with other issues led to the many headlines that were so mixed to bad as a result. Now, for weeks now, I've had much more positive impressions from the alpha test participants behind the scenes, and allowing them to share their thoughts makes sense given that they had 3 days with the game, while the recent preview crowd only had a scarce few hours. So obviously that is pretty fair enough to look at when we start looking at the overall time period that we had during the preview versus what the alpha testers actually managed to get. It's actually insane to know what the difference is. Now, it's not known precisely how many participated in the closed alpha, but opinions are now flooding onto social media as a result of the NDA lifting, both positive and negative, and players also cannot share gameplay footage and screenshots still, however. As for these opinions of the masses, here's a small collection from Paul Tassi and his readers, both positive and negative, now that they can open up. So you can see on screen, we're going to just flood through a few of these where it's quite on edge, and I think that this is one thing that's really difficult to put into paces, because there are dozens of impressions, dozens upon dozens of impressions, and a lot of them are saying that it was quite positive. Now, it's probably on a ratio of about 10-1 on the positive to negative feedback, albeit that the caveat that many people invested enough to sign up for the Suicide Squad alpha may be more predisposed to like it, but still, it's much more positive than the recent previews. There's no telling how this will translate to launch, or even if it is pretty good, but there are people that have posted up videos that have had 20-30 hours with the game and have really enjoyed it. There's a couple of YouTubers that have had more time than the preview users, and they've really pushed on for this. I'm extremely torn. It's really difficult to kind of look at these games that cost so much money nowadays and be so damn sure on whether it's a game you want to cover or not. For me, this is a game I'm going to be diving into, and we are probably going to be covering a lot on the channel, so make sure you stay tuned to it. But there are some leaks that we have coming forward, or at least teases rather than leaks. But Suicide Squad Squad Kill the Justice League appears to be teasing the return of the Joker. Rocksteady Studios created one of the most prestigious superhero video game trilogies out there. The Batman Arkham series was a game changer, allowing studios to realize that they could make AAA superhero games without them trying to tie it into a film. The games were praised not only for their innovative and addicting gameplay, but also their rich stories which really got to the core of Batman mythos. It managed to make some big swings that you wouldn't see in a Batman project outside of the comics. In the second game, Batman Arkham City, the game ends with the Joker dying of a disease. Now, Batman intended to save him, but due to the Joker's own acts of chaos, the vial containing a cure shattered and he dies. In the third and final game though, Batman Arkham Knight, the game opens with the Joker being cremated, but Rocksteady still found a way to keep him present in the story. The Joker appears as a hallucination throughout the story and even ends up becoming a mental obstacle for Batman to overcome, somewhat becoming the final boss of the game in Batman's mind. With that being said though, the Joker was definitely dealt with. However, he may be appearing in the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, a direct follow-up to Batman Arkham Knight. Rocksteady Studios released a new image of the Daily Planet taken over by Joker-esque graffiti and decorations, as well as a rebranding to the Daily Chuckle. While they don't explicitly say that the Joker will appear, it does seem to be pointing to his branding. The studio noted it would reveal more about this in its next Insider episode, which is a series of dev diaries talking about the game. This will likely either focus on a post-patch update or Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League or some side content within the game. We're not sure when this will drop, but given the game is only a couple of weeks away now, we can only expect it to be very, very soon. We would expect Mark Hamill's Joker to make a return to Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, unless this is somehow presented through flashbacks. Given Harley Quinn is a playable character, they do have someone we can explicitly connect back to that version of the Joker. However, rumors and speculation suggest that this may be someone acting as a copycat of the Joker and taking on the mantle. This would likely give Harley some motivation to stop him, but we'll have to wait and see of what comes of it. This is a huge narrative when it comes into the main game, and it gives Harley Quinn a massive storyline about the overall aspect of it. Now, for me, this is extremely intriguing. I think that there's a lot that they can really push through to this, and they can utilize a lot in the expansion for it. And with this being a live service looter shooter model, this could be really bloody interesting, and they could do a lot with this. We seem to be in the year of looter shooters with games like Wayfinder making a comeback, and if you haven't heard about that, I'll leave an annotation in the top right corner. And we also have the First Descendant making a release in the summer as well. Could Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League add to the list of successful looter shooters this year? I kind of hope so, and I'm not too sure at the same time. I'm definitely on the fence, and I want to know your guys' opinions down in the comment section. So if you'd be so kind, if you got this far, to leave a clown emoji in the comment section below, and let's let the haters jump on those clown emojis and see what they come up with. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. I appreciate all of your faces. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.